The day Gojo became the strongest was set up because a jobless bum was okay with ending the lives of a few teenagers to get an, admittedly, nice payday. If not for Toji Zenin's interference in the story at what was 12 years ago at this point, the world of Jujutsu Kaisen would look a lot different than it does today, and it wouldn't be a stretch to say things would be far less twisted. Gojo and Toji's dynamic is an extremely interesting one that I think for the most part is misinterpreted. Not just the fight that they have, but what it means for the world that they both live in, as it goes beyond their meeting 12 years ago and has to do with them even being born in the first place. Two anomalies of the highest degree that existing at the same time as enemies nonetheless threw the Jujutsu world into chaos without either of their direct intention, but as a result of their direct influence. Today I hope to shed some light on this dynamic the best that I can, so everyone can understand it the way I do. Before we get started, I'd like to ask if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, as I greatly appreciate it. There are a couple of important things to note for right now that are going to help everyone understand what I mean a lot more, so let me go over those first. 1. The mission of Hidden Inventory is for Gojo and Geto to escort the Star Plasma vessel to Tengen's location so that they can merge with it and stabilize. 2. If they fail in this, there's the possibility that Tengen will evolve and their will also cease to exist if they reach that level. And since the barriers that protect Jujutsu, the pillars of the Jujutsu world, and the assistant manager's barrier techniques are all strengthened by Tengen, without them undertaking missions and security would become more difficult, and worst case scenario, Tengen becomes an enemy to humanity. 3. There are two main groups that want to stop this from happening: the organization aiming to overturn the current Jujutsu world by having Tengen lose all reason, Curse User Group Q, and the Star Religious group known as the Time Vessel Association. They want Tengen to be pure and don't want them to merge with the vessel since they worship Tengen like a god. 4. Gojo and Geto are the strongest at the time, and they are being tasked with escorting her for that reason. On top of this though, they are best friends who we're led to believe understand each other, as Geto is special and strong as well. Another anomaly, if you will. And lastly, 5. Toji really needs money. I want to talk about the things that happened prior to the big fight first, or at least the things Toji did as setup, since we need to understand his plan, and to understand Toji's plan, you have to understand strength, namely Gojo's. Even though Gojo and Geto are the strongest, we saw that Geto isn't really much of a problem for Toji to deal with, and Gojo is the larger threat. This is obviously due to Infinity in his 6 eyes. It makes Toji, who would otherwise be invisible, visible again, which is why Toji can't just walk up to Amenai and try to end her with Gojo around. But when she's with Geto, I mean, we all saw how that went. This quote from Naoya is fairly dickheadish, but it gets the point across, one that specifically helps what I'm trying to say. The sin of the insignificant is ignorance of strength. No one understood Toji except possibly for Satoru. Toji understands that running up on Gojo is no way to accomplish his goal of getting rid of Rico, so he wants to wear him down. This is the first misinterpretation that I want to go over, and that's Toji's confidence. The default interpretation for this is that Toji is just too weak to fight Gojo, but things being so straightforward is never really the case for Jujutsu Kaisen. Toji is out of practice and looking for ways to weaken Gojo so that he can take him down. He's not trying to weaken Gojo so that they can have an even battle. He wants the dude dead. Toji is even unsure of his ability to take out Gojo. After telling the mediator that there is nothing to worry about since no one that goes after Amenai will be able to get her so long as Gojo is with her, the mediator asks if Toji is included in that statement, and his reply is just simply, "Good question," showing uncertainty before talking about his plan to wear Gojo down over the next 47 hours. There isn't too much more to talk about here before Gojo and the others get back to Jujutsu High on the day of the merger, so let's just skip to that. Obviously, we all know how this starts. Gojo lets his Infinity down, and the moment he does that, Toji stabs him with a non-curse tool. Then we learn the reason Toji wanted to wear Gojo down in the first place, and it's that he went to see Gojo when he was a kid, and Gojo was able to notice him from behind, and it was the first and last time that had happened. This essentially goes out the window as Toji misplaces his first strike, and Gojo ends up noticing him anyway, as he says he didn't get to cast Infinity in time, but he reinforced his cursed energy to make sure the sword didn't do any further damage. He compares it to a safety pin going through a knitted sweater. Toji cuts through Geto's curse with the Soul Split Katana and says he was hoping to finish off Gojo with that strike, but since he didn't, he must be getting rusty. Gojo attempts to hit Toji with the blue, and I'm not too sure what happens here, but from what I can gather, Toji noticed what was happening and managed to dodge blue. The anime backs up this interpretation of Toji having dodged blue, but he's in a different spot even though chronologically this is the same event, but take it with a grain of salt. Gojo notices Toji has zero cursed energy, and Toji starts coming at him, leaping off of buildings multiple times, which to me makes it seem like he's trying to dodge if Gojo throws any more blues at him, but this fails. Gojo hits him with blue again. The paneling here is weird for sure, as from a certain perspective, it looks like Gojo hit Toji with one blue and then hit him with another blue after that to send him into this building, or maybe Gojo caught Toji inside of a blue and carried him with it into this building. In the anime, Gojo hits Toji with one blue here, and it's in a different location, but just like the last scene, chronologically, this should be the same strike, just take it with a grain of salt. After noticing Toji disappeared and deducing that he must know about the limitless and his plan must revolve around the inverted spear of heaven, Gojo switches to defense mode and tries to track Toji using the curse he has wrapped around his torso, but says he has no choice and eradicates the surrounding buildings so that there's nothing blocking his view. Toji lets out all of his fly heads he has to block Gojo's view again, which works perfectly as Toji uses the inverted spear of heaven to pierce Gojo's infinity and neck in one stab. Toji goes on with his brutalization and cuts Gojo's entire torso before stabbing his leg repeatedly and finishing him off with a stab to his brain. Toji then monologues saying he's starting to remember how to do this. Something I want to point out a bit that I think the anime shows better than the manga is Toji essentially warming up in this fight, or getting back into form, sort of like a retired boxer putting on the gloves again. He starts off rusty, even misplacing his surprise strike on Gojo. Not due to any dodging, Gojo didn't dodge, he just actually misplaced the strike. Toji did this running around before and Gojo lands a blue on him, but when he gets up and starts doing it again, Gojo decides he's too fast for him to be fighting in this area with blind spots and decides to eradicate it. Then obviously you have the statement at the end of Toji remembering how to do this, and the "this" he's referring to is obviously assassination, as he just off Gojo, at least in his mind. I'll take note of this again since it's going to be important for a point I'll make later in the video, and I want to build things up in your head. Just before Amenai makes her choice on what she's going to do, Geto has a flashback telling Amenai him and Gojo came to a decision before they met her that they were going to let her choose what she wanted to do, and it wouldn't matter if they had to fight Tengen because they were the strongest. Amenai chooses to stay with everyone, and Toji ends her life immediately. Take note of this again. If Riko would have just gone down to Tengen instead of talking with Geto, Toji would not have been able to get to her and she would have merged with Tengen, but that's just one very simple way to look at it. The better way is that if Toji didn't intervene in this situation at all, Amenai would have been able to choose to have a happy life and continue living, as we know Tengen would have eventually stabilized without her anyway. But again, that's just something to think about. Let's continue. I don't want to spend too long talking about Geto versus Toji, but it's needed for the overall point I'm going to make. The thing that's really important here is Toji absolutely destroying Geto when they fight, and him unaliving Riko right in front of him, or just in general, but more on that later. Retroactively, it doesn't seem too in character for Toji to fight Geto here, since he claims to not work for free and his job is to unalive the star plasma vessel, while ending Gojo could be seen as part of that job because he could always protect Riko, and like Toji said, so long as he was with her, no one could get to her. Geto isn't the same. He fought him after Riko was already gone, but looking back on it, all Toji did was fight Geto, and he never planned to unalive him, at least from what he says. This could also, not to be that guy, but this could be considered self-defense on Toji's part because Geto attacked him first and made it clear he wanted him dead. But yeah, like I said, not too important, just the things I mentioned earlier, and we can move on. Okay, so at this point, we're going to jump right to Gojo's revival. In the first fight, it can't be ignored that Toji had an objective advantage over Gojo, and that he wore him down for 48 hours, knew about his curse technique, and had a tool that's effect was unknown that just so happened to be able to counter infinity. In this second fight, it's Gojo who has the upper hand. With his curse technique reversal, red, the ability to teleport, and obviously Hollow Purple. On the other hand, Toji is out of tricks and deviating from his true self in a very bad, selfish way. But before the play-by-play of the fight, let me tie a lot of things I mentioned in this video together. Let's talk about fate in Jujutsu Kaisen and how things should have gone. First and foremost, Toji's intervening. I've mentioned it at pretty much every turn I could to build it up, but Toji's involvement shakes everything up, and not for the better. I mean, for the worst in every single way imaginable. If Toji does not intervene in the world, Gojo does not become enlightened, Geto does not switch sides, Rico stays alive, Tengen would still evolve, but they wouldn't be a target for Kenjaku's cursed spirit manipulation. Now, that was the brief runaround, but it's so much more than what I just said. Gojo, although he got stronger, sure, he was forced to draw a line between himself and the rest of life just due to his overwhelming power, which pushed Geto further away since they stopped spending time together. Geto likely never would have become evil if that happened, as Rico never would have passed away, and he never would have seen everyone that was a part of the religious group so happy that she died, which caused his initial spiral to begin with. And Yuki never would have had to talk with him about the man with no cursed energy and installed the idea in his head of a world full of only sorcerers. If Geto doesn't get this idea, then obviously he doesn't fight Yuta in Volume 0, and he's not unalived by Gojo, so his body's never taken over by Kenjaku. And we know all the things that he's done. I know at face value this sounds kind of obvious, like yeah, of course a character in this story would cause other events to happen. Toji's involvement, however, is almost the most important one in the entire story. And characters in the story even point this fact out when talking about him, namely both Yuki and Tengen. Yuki mentions that 12 years ago is when everything began to get distorted, while Toji is shown, clearly indicating that he's the reason that things are happening. Tengen's mentioning is likely more important. Tengen says the star plasma vessel, the six eyes, and themselves are all connected by fate. Kenjaku, and I'm summarizing here a bit, tried to break this fate multiple times by unaliving either the star plasma vessel or a six eyes user and failed every time. So he started trying to look for the prison realm to seal the six eyes user because two can't exist at the same time. But then it all changed when Toji intervened 12 years ago. He was physically gifted through heavenly restriction, and on top of that he was an anomaly who had escaped from cursed energy. As a human being who had escaped fate through the power of restriction, he broke them free from their destinies. Then came along a boy with cursed spirit manipulation, and suddenly all the pieces had come together except for the prison realm, but eventually Kenjaku got that as well. This essentially validates all I was saying earlier about how Toji's influence changed all these events from their original course. I say all this not only to mention how Toji changed the world, but how he's different from everyone as well, as he's not tied to fate the same way that they are. He's not cursed the same way everyone else in Jujutsu Kaisen is. In some ways, he's resistant to curses, and in others, he's at their mercy, as he is unable to fight any cursed spirits without cursed tools, and if he happens to unalive a sorcerer without a cursed tool, there is a strong chance they come back as a vengeful cursed spirit, just like what happened with Maki or Naoya, or I guess more specifically Maki's mom, but that's not important. So with all of that being mentioned, I think it's safe to say Toji is excluded, or at least should be excluded, from a statement like what Gojo says when he mentions even if you find yourself torn apart after meeting a curse, it might be considered a good way to lose your life. With that being said, let's get started with a breakdown of Gojo versus Toji round 2. Gojo claims Toji lost when he didn't stab his head with the curse tool, and Toji claims that the battle is only just beginning, which Gojo agrees, and Toji dashes at Gojo, who evades his swipe with teleportation, his first time using it, and then fires a red at Toji, who gets sent flying. In the anime, Toji actually reacts to the red and blocks it with the inverted spear of heaven, which is really weird to me, because in the manga he claims blue, infinity, and red are all things he can handle. It implied to me that he just got caught off guard by the fact Gojo could even use red now. To be fair, the fact that they changed this in the anime may be the reason they left out Toji's following dialogue, where he says if he doesn't mess up the timing, he can use the inverted spear of heaven as a shield against red. Obviously in the anime he tried that and it didn't work literally at all, so I'm confused what he means by those techniques were all things he could handle. I want to really focus on what happens just before Toji engages in the fight again, where he keeps repeating this uneasiness, or what the anime calls something's off, just before he convinces himself everything's okay and attacks Gojo. I believe the uneasiness, or what was off, is the fact that he shouldn't be fighting Gojo again, or more specifically that he might be cursing himself by doing so, and cursing himself to an unnatural or ugly death. I've mentioned Toji isn't tied to curse energy like the rest of these guys, so he doesn't get the benefit of getting stronger for fighting for what would be considered selfish reasons, or the calamity amp. Sukuna, the peak of sorcery, has talked about this at length multiple times, how living by your own means and living like a calamity, attacking what you want, just like a tornado or a volcano, would just grant you more strength. He says so specifically to Jogo, that he could have reached the heights of Gojo if he gave it his all, but he didn't and it stunted his growth. Toji, as I mentioned before, doesn't work for free, but when he saw Gojo in front of him, the awakened power of the limitless, he wanted to discredit his power and crush it, the pinnacle of the jujutsu world in the Zenin family. He wanted it for self-affirmation and deviated from his true self, and at that point he had already lost. He thought he had set aside such petty pride to be proud of neither himself or others. See, Toji should have just, as cowardly as it sounds, run away as soon as he saw Gojo again. Just taking part in the fight, he took away what made him more special than these people in the first place. As someone without cursed energy, Toji has to fight with cursed tools if he has to fight, and he didn't need to the second time he fought Gojo, both because Gojo should have been unalive the first time around and the fact that it was no longer his job. He needed to finish Gojo off with the cursed tool, not the random knife he brought. But because he didn't, he ended up in this state with his arm and half his torso missing. When Toji actually acts the way he's supposed to, he's the one who takes his own life. Gojo versus Toji is all about the man at the top of the world versus the man who functionally has no place in the world. And the world I'm talking about here is the jujutsu world. The man with no place in the world can come around and mess things up, but actually taking down the top of the world, it's not his place to do that. That's what Toji was for. His influence was much more curse-like than it really should have been. It gets even deeper when you realize Toji also birthed the kid with the Zenin clan's most wanted curse technique, and the kid he had ended up being a vessel for Sukuna. Put this into perspective, Gojo says someone who can contain Sukuna's power only shows up once every 1,000 years. But because of Toji, 2 of them existed at the same time. You see what I mean? So while Toji messed up the world, there is a new heavenly restriction user who might be able to fix it, but we'll wait and see what she does.